No problem. I shall transform your hair, create a masterpiece. I am an artiste with a pair of scissors.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
Fresh from the barbershop, fly from the beauty salons.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
I got a show where you can listen and view.
My new cuts got him talking at the
Bringing
barbershop.
Barbers and Stylists together with the ScissorSalute.
My new cuts got him talking at the barbershop.
One cut, two cut, three cut, four. Nails done, hair done, everything there. Nails done, hair done, everything there. Oh, you fancy.
Spending hours in salons on your hairstyle.
For the Lord protects his barbers and he makes the stubble grow.
Scissor! Salute! Salute! Welcome to the ScissorSalute Show. I'm your host, Eli the Barber. My co-host for the evening, introduce yourself.
What is it? Blaze, Blush, Blaze, Blush. Co-host Blaze and Blush. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Dontay Financial.
And ScissorSalute, welcome to the ScissorSalute Show. We'd like to say congratulations. Friday's the last day, huh? School for you?
It's the last day.
And then that's it. You up in the trenches?
Then I'm out in the Shark Tank.
Are you starting with the big dogs?
There it goes.
Yep.
Well, ScissorSalute to that. And let's get into the meaning of the ScissorSalute, which is a gesture, compliment, greeting, lifestyle, and brand dedicated to bringing barbers and hairstylists together worldwide. And we use the ScissorSalute Show as an outlet to actually make that happen. Every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we give the opportunity for the visual artists to come down here and showcase their skills live on our ScissorSalute stage, while also conducting interviews with them so you can find out how they got started, where they currently are, where they plan to be going on their hair journey. Now, this is the age of the independent educator, and if you feel like you would like to get your feet wet before you jump on that big stage to see if you got it or not, or you'd like to advertise with us, book us for your next show, you can email us, scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Please leave all your contact information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the email is received. I'd also like to add that the show is co-produced by a New Eureka queen, the co-owner of the ScissorSalute, and the owner of the ScissorSalute, Sephro. We're broadcasting live from StrongIsland.tv via Paradise Studios, and here we are, live on the ScissorSalute Show. I would also like to thank everybody who's been using the hashtag that's continuing to grow. I'd like to thank everybody who's been using the hashtag, and if you add us, we try to get back to you as much as we can. We constantly go through the hashtag as well. And just email us, scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Again, I keep on saying that because if you want to come down here, you can. If you want to be in-studio guest, model, or showcase. And if you'd like to show some support real quick, down here underneath my finger, I believe it's right here, you can press that share button. Share it, put it on your timeline, and then you can press that share button again. And invite people. You can copy the link. You know, show some support. Let us know. Matter of fact, if you're watching the show, take a screenshot, hashtag it, so we can know that you're watching the show. If you're going to be posted in on Instagram, add us, ScissorSalute Show, and we can network just like that. Let's get into a recap of last week's show.
Last week we had from the Classics Hub located in Philadelphia, PA, AJ the Barber. Came in, there was a whole group of them that came in from Philly, cut, interview, great group, great barber. Best of luck to him. It was really nice meeting him.
And his model, at Exo Exotic W2, he's a comedian.
Yeah, you know what? And I said when he was here, I said he's a comedian. But I was saying he's funny, but he ended up really being a comedian.
And if you're wondering the haircut that AJ did, I believe that he went probably with the grain, 1.5 with the grain, high skin fade. Probably use the foil shaver, the liners to really bold it out. And before you cut that, before you start fading thicker texture hair, you like to go with the grain before you go against the grain. Just thought I'd add that in. And from Bougie Babe Salon, also located in Philadelphia, we have Miss Nelly. Her IG handle is I am Miss Nelly _. That's right there. And I will let you guys know that she is a pixie. She prefers pixie cuts. That is what she specializes in. And right there with the finger waves, she added that. You got to be really careful when you're adding that, using the iron right there. but she pulled it off really nice, and you know that's really what she likes
And
to do.
quit.
Interesting fact about her salon is no kids. Remember that last week?
Yeah.
She said that, no kids.
And they're only open 3 days a week, right? Only Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
And you know, to each his own. That's how everyone conducts their business. Everyone has their own way. So if you're thinking about opening up establishment like that, just make sure you really do your research. You know, because the kids are the future, future clients, and so on. In studio guests from Tonsor Grooming Studio, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we had Chink the Barber. ScissorSalute to Chink the Barber just released his documentary that had the party and his birthday. So he just joined the 40 Club. I've been there, about to turn 41 in July, so I've been there for quite a bit. But he's 40, and he accomplished so much in his journey. The way he said he did 19 competitions, even before Instagram came out, he already did 19 competitions. And can't be scared. His thing is you can't be scared to go out the box. You got to think, Chink, and that's why he did a documentary, you know, story of his life, and we'd like to salute him for, you know, even coming down to the studio, all the times that he's come down here to the ScissorSalute Show, and then to celebrate his documentary, and also his 40th birthday, and the man is sponsored a whole bunch of sponsors. So ScissorSalute to Kiki Vodka, that got us.
Chink was real cool, really
Yeah,
humble. You know, we meet a lot of barbers here, and some of them come through and they're like a little Hollywoodish, but he was really nice, took his time, and was giving me some pointers. And, you know, I appreciated that because some people just aren't like that. You know, they feel like they've been doing it for years and they don't really have time.
Yeah, and Chink also has an app. So Chink the Barber app gave us some great information. He only cuts off of, let's get into that. The Cut app, that was the call-in last week. The Cut app, Obi O'Mile. Obi was actually supposed to be in here. He's out here at the IBS hair show. I'd like to salute him. I said just hold that up so I could grab the information. Real quick. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here in the WhatsApp. There is. And there it goes. The Cut is a mobile platform re-imaging the barbershop experience. Their easy-to-use app connects talented barbers with clients who need them. They handle scheduling, payments, and branding too. More than 10,000 barbers around the country trust them to manage and grow their business, and so should you. That was little bars right there. Download the free app today. And I just wanted to say about Chink the Barber, he works off of appointments only, and so does AJ. And that's one of the things with these appointment apps, which is great. Because with these apps, you can have the client pay, and you can be like, well, you know, put half down, and it's non-refundable. Chink does it. Chink also requires that you arrive 15 minutes early for a mandatory hair wash. So no matter what, your hair got to get washed. So I think that is very important because the weekend before he came on the show, kid sitting in a chair, and I cut him all the time. So you got grease in your hair? He said no, and I'm just like, I'm going to cut him anyway. What? The grease? What? He's using the Murray's. I said, no, man, there's water-based products
like
now.
Cement.
Yeah, but there's water-based products now. Now you can use different products, and people are trying to get waves. They just keep on putting too much products in their hair, you know. If your hair waves up, it's going to wave up. You know, you're going to sit there and keep on brushing it and brushing it. I understand you're in competition with some of your friends, but, you know, you're going to come and get your hair cut. You want to give you the best haircut possible. Don't come to the shop for product. That's all I got to say. So, Dontay, you at the IBS hair show. Can you give me a...
No,
yeah,
phone.
we got a phone right there. Guilty. Look.
Sorry.
Guilty.
That was me.
There you go. Get that away.
Sorry.
Remember, it's a live program.
Leave it to me.
So, Dontay, who'd you see at the IBS yesterday?
I was there today and yesterday.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. ScissorSalute for having me represent ScissorSalute with the ScissorSalute IBS pass. I know I said ScissorSalute maybe 5 times.
Well,
like
it's good. You should practice it too. That's a
Salute
drill right there. It's like a drill.
Yes. Oh man, it was amazing. Last year I thought I had a great time last year because of the fact I met y'all and was able to meet other people. This year it was just like last year I had an open mind. This year I knew I was just here to take it to the next level. It was just all about BBA, ScissorSalute, and I have a system called the DF system. That DF system pretty much helps individuals in the beauty industry retire with either $1 million at retirement, or they can have $1 million every year tax-free for retirement. So either way, everybody I spoke to was either going to be about the DF system, trying to get people into the ScissorSalute Show, and also try to get educate people in the BBA. So,
Nice.
so that was my goal, because
Well, if somebody's watching it for the first time, can you get into exactly what the BBA is?
BBA, Barber Beauty Association, is pretty much is an organization that allows barbers and hairstylists to have union benefits while still maintaining their independence. Now, with the BBA, what type of benefits that come with that? Comes with up to 4 retirement plans, 2 disability policies, 2 life insurance policies, health insurance, and also mentioned last week for all your soon-to-be retirees that if you're gonna retire probably in another year or 2, you still could get Medicare and you could get Medicare and you could get life insurance. Retirement can't do too much because you're right there. Your best bet is to play lotto or go to Atlantic City or Vegas.
Right.
But all of that comes with the BBA, and this weekend, man, it was so far. Whew, let me see. I ran into a Miami barber. We had a chance to talk.
He's everywhere. He's not stopping. I thought he said he was going to pump the brakes, but he actually has like an educational gig now. So
nah, he's in full stream mode. Like, he's in beast mode. Scissor salute to him. Scissor salute to Chico Boom. Woo. Very good dude. Like, very good dude.
Another barber from Florida.
Yes. It seemed like pretty much everybody I spoke to at IBS was able to network and develop, if not already have a relationship, make that relationship even stronger. Mm-hmm. So, and with these individuals, they understand what's going on, and they're very supportive of the BBA. So don't be surprised if something come out with them talking about the BBA.
One of the things that I do notice about the IBS, some people say, negative things about it. There's always a positive view when you go to any type of expo, hair show, is the networking. So if you go in there with a bad attitude, you're going to be limited to what you do. Yeah. But if you go there with an open mind and ready to network, I mean, you already paid the money to be there. Mm-hmm. So you might as well take advantage of it and network as much as you can.
Yes.
And, for someone like Yvette, you're going to be going tomorrow. I know Justin on Instagram, Justo, the hair assassin, he's actually works at Jedi Barbershop, and he's also an educator at the Bosie's. He's going there with his students tomorrow. You're really not going to be able to see hair Godzitos, out uppercuts, Van de Goats all the time. But at the IBS Hair Show, they're there.
Yeah. They're there all 3 days.
So you're able to network. Yeah, they're there. Success Addict is there. Kenny Duncan is there.
Yeah.
In his booth. Major League Barbers is there. There's multiple educators. You're going to have Julius Caesar is going to be there at the Lay Right. Again, Rob the Original's there from Texas. Sophie's there from California. So it's hard to go to events and see such a wide variety spread throughout one area. IBS just so happens to be one of them. So it all depends on what you're going there for. And, I apologize to everybody. I said I was going to go. I didn't go. I was spending the weekend with wifey. We had a great time. We went out to eat Saturday. Matter of fact, salute to Will Perez, who hit me up to cut one of his clients, Louis Badia, who is out here for Reebok, to shoot a commercial with Reebok. So he hit me up, but I was going out with wifey. I hit up Jay Sharps, but I hit up 3 barbers. And salute to Will, the barber, because he actually hit me back. He's on vacation in Costa Rica, and he hit me back. Like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, I got someone. He's in lower Manhattan right now. He's looking for a cut, man. I explained to him it's going to cost him some money. He's cool with it. And he was like, I'm in Costa Rica. Just to think he hit me back, I would at least text him, Eli, no, I'm in Costa Rica. So salute to him. Jay Sharps actually hit me back after I got in contact with Boogie. Now, Boogie's in Medford, Long Island. I was like, yo, explain to him. Jumped in the truck with his wifey, went out to Manhattan. Wifey stayed in the car while he went upstairs at the hotel and cut dude, and made a great connection. He was like, yo, when I come out to New York, you're my barber. The moral of the story is the connection.
Yeah.
It's the connection. It's Will Perez hitting me up. I wasn't able to do it, so I passed the buck. Same thing, Caesar the barber hit me up. He's from Florida. He cuts, Khaled, Fat Joe, he cuts all of them. Hit me up, yo, can you cut somebody from, he's like, you're in Long Island. I need you to take care of someone in Long Island City. I said, my man, it's a distance right there. But I actually hit up Sneed the barber. Sneed the barber took care of him. So this moral of the story is, I have these connects through, because of the ScissorSalute Show. But you can make them connects too, either through networking correctly on social media or going to these events and networking on your own. So it's what I say is sometimes you go to these events and they're mean mugging. People are mean mugging. I'm like, I don't know why you're mean mugging. You're here. First of all, we do hair, so there's no reason to be walking around a show mean mugging. Second thing is you're there already. Others couldn't make it because they have things to do. Others wanted to go, but they just didn't go. While you are there, you need to take advantage and network. You might be passing someone that supports you, because everyone knows that out-of-towners support us more than, and even our own cipher. Someone could be in California, be a bigger supporter, and you could be walking right past them, because you might be thinking you're too cool, extending out your hand, shaking hands, and networking. It's the best thing to do. So you have the IBS. It's for barbers. IBS now has a lot of barber outlets. Yeah. You got the CT Barber Expo, which is coming up. That's going to be huge. It's 2 days now. It used to be 1 day.
Salute to Jay Majors for chopping up.
Salute to Jay Majors and everything he's doing with Babyless. Everything he's doing with Babyless. And I'd also like to salute Nino the Nice.
Oh, salute.
Because NFL draft's coming up. So Nino the Nice just got called by Walls. He just got hit up by Walls, and I believe he's going to be working something out with Walls Company. And how did he do that? You keep on posting. You posting, you tag the people who you want to get their attention, and hopefully you just, I would recommend posting early in the morning and late at night.
How does that work? Like, can you be sponsored by more than one company at the same time?
You can be sponsored. Everything's within reason.
Can be a conflict of interest.
Yeah, it can be a conflict of interest, such as Maestro's Classic. Salute to Maestro's Classic. You got Al Uppercuts, who's with Maestro's Classic, and he's with Babyless. Andy Authentic is working with Maestro's Classic, and is with Babyless.
So how does that work? Like, it can be a product line, but not a clipper line? Is that?
Al basically won't be. You won't see Al with any other clippers besides Babyless, and why would you? Why would you want to?
Okay.
You can't cross
Okay.
different, like if you have a product, you can't do
Another
Yeah,
product.
and that's another thing with that's another thing with Maestro's Classic. Now you think about it, it's just the bottom part of the canvas. It's really just the beard, so you can work with a gel company as long as they're not coming out with a beard.
A shave gel.
Beard thing. Another thing, you got to keep your eyes out on new products. There's a new product called Immortal New York City. Now you go on their Instagram, they only got like 1,200 followers. So the best bet is probably to DM them, have them, hey, look through my stuff. Are you looking for educators?
Yeah.
You're looking for educators. I'm interested. Here's my work. Remember, they only have 1,200 followers. There's Red One. There's Elegance. There's all these companies. I know a lot of barbers have high definition cameras. This is just a regular iPhone, but even that iPhone X will do. It's all what you do with it. Go out and get it. It's there.
Because I know for me personally, when I go to these shows, most of the time, I Zoom. I have an idea. I have an itinerary of who I want to speak to and what's my goal for each event. Like for today, for Babblers, not Babblers. See, you talking about Babblers so much, you got me talking about them. Like today for IBS, I had a mission to really only was to network with as much people as possible because I had a short amount of time because I had to come out here. But I had one particular mission, and I went and I got that, and I accomplished that goal.
ScissorSalute, you can tell us what it is?
I'm not gonna get into full detail, but ScissorSalute her young lady named Lori. It's not like that. Just put it out there. People are like, oh my God, I thought he was married. He said it's a little lady named Lori. No, but this young lady, like, she's gonna help not only take BBA to that level, but it's a like the potential is gonna be a game changer. It's gonna be a game changer, and the way that might be worked out is gonna really just show the beauty and barber industry it's worth when you're dealing with products.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, the products, it's, you know, really who you want to mess with and really what you're doing with your social media. I know, but you got to remember there's a lot of fire out there. There's a lot of heat. My suggestion to you is let's really not worry about who's photoshopping, not photoshopping, who's doing this, who's cheating. Don't be concerned with what others are doing. You really need to be concerned in with your page, and your business needs to be your center of attention. Don't be distracted on what other people are doing and then be so judgmental, because that person might be doing what they're doing and that might take them to the next level. You know? I mean, you got to look and learn. There's one barber in particular that I'm speaking of. He openly admits, hey, you know what? I Photoshop. I've been posted multiple times. I'm openly admit I Photoshop. It's bringing money in, and he's generating income off of using what he uses. He openly admits it, whether you agree with it or not. Now the problem is you might disagree with it, but I definitely recommend that you don't spend time voicing your opinion why you disagree with it, because while you're busy voicing your opinion, that person's already moving on to the next thing. Yeah. So that's just it. Once again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show live program. Nadine Donovan is going to be showcasing tonight. The owner of two salons, one in Huntington, the other one in Melbourne, Australia. Nadine Donovan, her IG is personalized hair design. Now, personalized, you got to spell that with an S because he's from Australia. In studio guests, we have Mr. State Board. All the guests are on their way from the IBS Hair Show.
Oh, Nadine
was
was
waiting
there?
for them to arrive.
Nadine was there?
Actually, no. Nadine is just waiting on a model. She's usually there.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I didn't see Nadine. Oh, ScissorSalute to Sandy. Oh, man, ScissorSalute.
She was at the show?
Yes, ScissorSalute to my guy,
my girl.
Chiquita. Woo! Oh, man, I love that guy. I love him. Like, he's
Chiquita give you the honest truth. That's what it is.
Just the way he do it.
Listen, whether
Just
you
the
want
way he
the
do it
truth or not, he's going to give it to you, boy. He's going to give it to you.
No chaser.
He's the new Kanye. He's the new Kanye.
So what? He got up on the stage and just took the buzzers out of someone's hand and started, let me show you.
Close. Close.
Well, you know, ScissorSalute, like I said, he's a older generation barber, and honestly, he likes helping others. That's really what his thing is. He's been on the show numerous times, and, you know, he's always talked about, you know, let's meet after the show, let's link up, you can help me, I can help you. And I will say this, one interesting fact about Chiquita. His unique ID number is on his business card. That's a man who takes pride. Your unique ID
tax
number.
ID?
No, his license ID
Oh, okay.
is on there. That's a man who takes pride. Like, wow, I'm not putting my unique ID number. Not like I don't want to share with anybody. I think that's just a whole nother level.
It's risky.
Yeah, no, it's not. It is what it is. I know I got my license, and if you're in New York, it's a pain enough to get your license, well, to renew it now, because everything's online.
But
Everything's
you don't
online,
have to take
and
the test
it wasn't
over again, right?
It wasn't compatible with Apple. So I had to literally go to the library because I watch a lot of court TV at the barbershop. And them judges would tell you, so what, you couldn't make it to the library? What were you doing that way? I'm like, let's go to the library. So I went there and I got it done. And it's crazy when I hear your last day and I see other barbers, they like post it up like today's the day, and so proud to have their license. I need to see something like that because I've been doing it for so long. I don't even have my license in a frame. I have it like tucked behind the beard butter. I have like my own maestros. Well, if you have If you ever have the chance to go to Maestro's Classic headquarters and talk to ghosts, everything has meaning there. You're like, wow, I like that chair. You know that chair is actually rebuilt. That was actually in the basement. We made it into a chair. Wow, this table. This table is the oak wood from originally here made in Bristol. Fell down at the tree, got struck by lightning, and they made it into a table. So when I want to go put when I was like, okay, I'm put this beard butter up and this beard wash up, I went to like a thrift store and try to buy the old antique shelf, because I was like, it's got to be in a. And there goes Mr. Stayboard right there, just getting here.
Stayboard.
Don't worry, I know it's a long rock. You go use the bathroom because it's a long rock. Once again, you're watching the ScissorSalute Show. This is a live program. We're just waiting for the guests to arrive here. We're just chopping it up, talking about new faces coming to the industry, the advantages of going to shows, expos, battle, even barber battles. And you go there. Definitely suggest you network. If you're someone that is always talking, well, let the Clippers do the talking. Go there, put your skills to the test. There's plenty of barbers who are now in great places, all off of battling. A lot of them. Miami Barber, again, we talked about earlier in the show, 2017, hit 8 different states, took in about 23 trophies. The man's not playing.
Nah.
Man's not playing.
Nah, where he got playing too.
And he's with rolled up.
Yeah.
And he's with rolled up, and he's endorsed. This gentleman explained the difference between endorsement and sponsorship. Sponsorship, you get hit with some products. You might get paid. You get paid when they ask you to work for them.
Salesman.
And then you sell for them. You make
you a
profits that way.
salesman.
Endorsements, you get a monthly check. So you get that, and you get the monthly check.
No
know who's
matter
over there
what
too?
you do.
Chico Boomer's over there too. I'm sorry. Chico Boomer's over
Yeah,
there.
we'll roll the two. I see
Yeah.
that they're actually going to be at one of the stages at the CT Barber Expo doing education. I know J Majors put it up, and like the ScissorSalute,
So no matter what you do, what you sell, you still get a monthly check.
endorsement,
Oh, okay.
and when you're endorsed, and it's great to hear. It's great to hear stories like that. He put himself in that situation where that's what he wanted to do, and again, you can do it too. It's just, what are you doing with it? That's how he went about it. There's no reason why you can't do it. Grab some of these product attention by tagging them. What I mean by that is hashtags. You get 30 hashtags. I suggest when you post up something on Instagram, you use town hashtags, because the hashtag is what's going to bring you local money. So you hashtag the local towns around you. Really don't hashtag the repost pages. You want to at the repost page. You can at 20 different people on the picture. That's when you actually tag someone in the picture. So on the picture, you can tag 20. I'll definitely tag the repost pages there. If you want to get someone's attention, you know, a lot of people like to put Champagne Poppy and Diddy, and because you really
When they look
want
at
to
that
cut the
tag.
celebrities, fine. Then you tag a whole bunch in your caption. Don't waste your hashtags on the repost pages.
Irene is the hashtag queen. She
I wouldn't.
needs to give
I can't even
classes
repost. I can't even repost the advertisement.
I'm like,
for the
teach
ScissorSalute
me,
Show
please,
sometimes.
teach me.
So I mean, if you want to hashtag the repost page, go ahead, but you'll get the same attention by tagging them in the picture, tagging them on the picture physically, and then tagging them in the caption, and then use your hashtags to bring in local money. Like write New York, hashtag New York Barber, hashtag Long Island Barber, hashtag New Jersey Barber if you're in the tri-state area, hashtag Connecticut Barber. Because people are in the area and they might go through the hashtag. Like, where'd you find me? Oh, I just put, Long Island Barbers. I know my Custom Cuts told me, and ScissorSalute to my Custom Cuts.
Oh, ScissorSalute.
I'm in
He's
Walt
opening
Whitman
another
Mall.
shop, right?
Yeah, I'm in Walt Whitman Mall. Going to read through. You actually went to Burgerology. If you're in Long Island, Burgerology in Huntington. You won't be disappointed. Just get ready. It's good. And don't go there from like 5:30 to 8:30 because you're going to be waiting.
Oh.
Don't go there.
Is
So
that good?
anyway, they said we went to Burgerology. There's going to be an hour and a half, 2 hour wait. Okay, wifey's like, let's go to Macy's to return some stuff. Go to Macy's to return some stuff. Walk in the mall, and I'm like, oh, here's the art of shaving. And I was going to show the kids, oh, you look at the barber chair. No. It all blocked up, and it said, my Custom Cuts coming soon.
So the artist shaving clothes, and he's
Yes, he's moving into the Walt Whitman Mall, and it's right in front of Macy's. So
what's up.
everyone know I love
ScissorSalute
Macy's.
for that.
I know Bloomingdale's too, but I don't have Bloomingdale's money. Bloomingdale's will make you depressed real quick. It will.
Yeah.
I went in there, seen a jacket that was calling my name. It was like, Eli, don't go anywhere. Take a look at me. I'm like, you calling me? Me?
Right.
You know me, jacket? I had big black buttons on it. I'm like, oh, they go to grab it off the thing. I'm like, what the? Oh, this thing got a chain on it. Oh, okay.
That was the first clue.
What? I looked at the jacket, $1,300. I looked at my girls like, let's go. ASAP Rocky. Gotta get out of there. Hey, get me out of here. But ScissorSalute, again, to my custom cuts, he's going to be opening up a new location, Walt Whitman Mall. And for us in the barber profession, I feel like it's a gigantic move because he's going to be opening up in the mall. You know, most barbershops that I know of are in, you know, a storefront location, or you have an isolated storefront. To be opening up in the mall, to me,
That's big.
It's big.
A lot of traffic, always traffic.
You got a lot of traffic, but at the same time, you must have enough money and enough traffic to generate. Now, what is the rent in there?
Right.
What is the rent at Walt Whitman Mall? You know, we're not talking about like a mall where you go there and it's like, you know, a Stop and Shop. We're talking about like there's Macy's there. They got a Tesla. They got a Tesla store in the mall. Like they 2 cars up in there, the car and the SUV. It's pretty dope. I just, you know, window shop. I bring rocks to the mall so I could kick rocks when I walk in front of it. Just kick rocks. But it's a great thing to know that that's happening right there. And, you know, also like the ScissorSalute Out Uppercut, who's just increasing and lifting up the bar. And another one, Andre Ferguson, known as Lucky Libra 23 on Instagram, went to the Arnold Classic and won the Arnold Classic in physique competition. This is his 2nd win this year. Look for him at the Olympia. And the reason why I'm bringing up Maestro's Classic was there taking care and grooming and giving beard education to those in the fitness world. Now everyone's like, oh, well, Eli, what does that have to do? I mean, think about it. It's a pop-up barbershop at a fitness event. Now, a lot of people know in our profession, I mean, come on, it's 2018. We are cutting people to go to the gym. Right. I'm literally cutting people's hair before they go to the gym. Because I guess Unique Fitness is popping like that. Like, yo, I got to get cut, man. I got to get laced up. Where you going? Gym. You taking this haircut you taking your talents to the gym? After this haircut, you're taking your talents to the gym. So a thing for me is that Maestro set up a pop-up barbershop at the Arnold Classic. And I like to salute everybody who want their Tone Cuts. And if you don't follow Tone Cuts and you're looking for some fitness motivation, by golly, G Willikers, make sure you follow him. Tone Cuts. Is it Tone_Cuts? Tone_Cuts. My man, he's going viral. With a Z. Okay. Tone_Cuts with a Z. The man's going viral.
Or one more.
Tone_Cuts with a Z. He's going viral. My man was heavy, and he's losing weight seems like daily. He's very determined. He actually told me, I hit him up to congratulate him on his journey, and he actually told me he's going to be doing a show in June. He's going to be stepping on stage. Now, what is the... You know, okay, Eli, okay, you said Saluting Barbers doing a thing. Not only that, he's going to probably be one of the first people to compete if he can get his pro card, and I say about a year, that's about a year's work, with a burly beard. Because most people go up there, they have the burly beard, and then they cut it down. No, he's going to get up there with the Zeus beard, because he's got like a Zeus beard. You know, he's got one of them Greek mythological, like the old school... Yeah. I am the beard god type of beard. So ScissorSalute to him and ScissorSalute to Maestro's Classic and Andre for taking first place. Look up, he's going to be aiming for first place at the Olympia, but that's in August. The Olympia. And do we have, right now we're going to go to the Cut App Video, and we're going to be returning with Mr. State Board. So, LA, bring us.
Man, I hate waiting 2 or 3 hours just to get a haircut. And I know a bunch of people deal with the same thing. How are you? Luckily, I booked my appointment ahead of time using the cut.
Next.
No. It's my first time going to this barber. Normally, I'd be nervous. But with the cut, I was able to look at his past cuts and reviews, so I know he's legit. I don't have to worry about paying or tipping, because it's all done through the app. And when I'm done, I'll leave him a review and let him know that he hooked me up.
So he was.
I'm in and out in under an hour, and I got the rest of the day to make moves.
As a barber, the cut has totally changed the way I do business. It only took me a couple minutes to set up my profile, and now I'm getting new clients every week. The cut, I'm better able to focus on my clients. I used to have to stop so many times to answer calls and texts, but now with the app, clients can book when they want. Now with mobile pay, my clients can pay me directly through the app. Now I don't have to worry about carrying too much cash or change. Hey, how you doing? My name is Mr. Precise from PCX Barbershop, and we all use the cut in here. It's completely changed the game. So go out, download the cut today.
And what you just seen was the Cut app. The Cut is a mobile platform reimagining the barbershop experience. Their easy-to-use app connects talented barbers with clients who need them. They handle scheduling, payments, and branding too. More than 10,000 barbers around the country trust them to manage and grow their business, and so should you. Download the free app today. Once again, that is the Cut app. We was talking about the importance of appointment apps, and we feel like, give this one a shot. I know you probably tried a couple of them. Barbers that are just getting started, why do I need an appointment app? They're going to generate traffic for you. That's one of the importance of having an appointment app. They can generate traffic for you. It's great opportunity. It's a great day for this profession. Whether you're a hairstylist, barber, makeup artist, it's a great day right now for the whole beauty profession. And for barbers who have called in the past, Mr. State Board has called up to the show, I would say about a good 5 to 6 times. We've just talked on the phone. And he's here, people. He's here. Look no further. You found him. Right here on the ScissorSalute Show. This is State Board. A lot of people always asking us about carrying states, out of state. But before we get into that, because we're going to get into a little bit more detail, Mr. State Board, get into a little bit of background yourself, how you got started in the profession, and what really made you take on, let me be Mr. State Board.
Okay. First, ScissorSalute to all paying attention, watching. Awesome show here, man. I love this. Great location, all that good stuff. As far as why, right? The reason is because I'm seeing too many people, or have seen too many people, pretending to be professionals. Saying that, I'm a professional, I'm a celebrity barber, I do this, I do that. Until you are fully licensed, you're not any of those things. You're a person that cuts hair. A kitchen-tician, if you will. That's about the best that I can give you.
If I had the message.
That. Yeah. But so what I started doing was I was noticing a lot of kitchen-ticians out there and people who were just either frustrated by failing the test numerous times or were having difficulties learning the material. And I just decided to take it upon myself to help those people. I don't feel as though education should be the reason why you can't follow your dreams or that you just pull up too short. I mean, especially if either you have went to school, but the problem is that you can't pass the test, or just something that small. And I just decided, hey, that answer is not going to work for me. So let's work together and let's make this thing happen.
How often do you actually even come across with people who want to work together after saying, let's work together?
Honestly, it's more than people think. I get a lot of phone calls, text messages, emails of people just saying, hey, I am ready to give up, or I'm about to start working somewhere else, which is perfectly okay if that's what you want to do, if cutting hair is not for you. But being upset at, failing your test, that's a problem for me.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If you are in the profession and you fail your test, there's really no reason to get discouraged. Doubting yourself, I believe in anything you do, there's going to be some sort of obstacle course. And you know what? If there's not an obstacle course, then you're really not going to appreciate when you get there. You're going to be like, oh, this is too easy, and you might not take it that serious. I do notice one thing, because New York is an apprentice state. I noticed one thing with barbers that go to barber school in the New York area. Their service is great. What I mean by that is, you know, they do the extra things. And it's great to see that they're picking that up. That they're not just learning about cutting hair, they're learning about the differences, the full package of being a barber. Now, with that being said, one of the number one questions here on the ScissorSalute Show, and I'm going actually into the chat room with this, because I know once people really know what we're talking about here, they're going to be like, oh, yes, I got questions. So, you got Charlie the Barber, who's in New York. But Charlie the Barber wants to go to North Carolina.
Okay.
He stays in North Carolina, and he stays with his kids, probably, you know, for the summer. He wants to work at a barbershop out of there. How is Charlie the Barber going to take his New York license and apply for a North Carolina license?
Okay. Anytime that you are getting ready to jump state to state, it is always best to have your license in the previous state versus just going to barber school. And the reason is because a lot of states do this thing that's called reciprocity. That is a word that, you know, all people that are in school really need to follow, or really all licensed practitioners. What reciprocity means is basically that state A, so in this case New York, has granted someone a license, and this person is wanting to go to state B, in this case North Carolina. What North Carolina will do is look at how long you've had your license, you know, how long in this case was Charlie an apprentice before, I'm sorry, how long his apprenticeship was, and here it's like 2 years, you know, before you can get that license. Every state is going to look at Charlie's situation different. Okay, so like just because in a lot of states, I will say this, when you first get your license, they will look at the amount of time that you've held the position of a licensed practitioner. But it is always best to have the license first and then go, versus just saying, well, I've been an apprentice for 2 years, I'm about to get my license. Well, North Carolina will say, well, no, we need the actual license, or we need actual school hours, not apprenticeship hours.
Ah, okay. Now the next question. Oh, we got Nadine Donovan up in the studio. Rose gold, is that the thing going on here? That she has rose gold, you have rose gold? My daughter's in love with rose gold. I'm telling you. Wait till Nadine Donovan is going to be on the cut cam, and her mom has rose gold. I'm sorry about that. Another thing, we was talking about licensed barbers, along with that, licensed educators. Now, is there a difference? Can you give us a... I'll play the scenario.
Okay.
Now we have Charmaine the barber. Charmaine the barber is already a licensed barber, doing education because social media people are just asking her, can you come down and do a class? She does a couple classes, but she wants to, that's it, she wants to be known, I'm a licensed educator. How do licensed barbers go about getting an education license, or a license to educate?
Well, despite what a lot of people think, you don't have to. Well, I'm sorry. Are you saying educator as in like platform artists doing shows, or do you mean like in a school?
I'm talking, yeah, in a school.
Okay, in a school, most states after you have your well, I'm sorry, not most, half and half. So some states will say you have your license and you have to wait an X amount number of years with the license. And then you'll have to take a theory and a practical. Other states will say you will have to go to school for X amount of time after you've got your license, and then have to take a theory and a practical. So it just depends on if your state is going to allow you just to have the license, or if they need you to go to school. And then even so, like that theory test has nothing to do with hair. It's more of a, how do you set up a classroom? How do you deal with the different personalities? You know, things of that nature. And then your practical will be no more than, there are a few empty seats. Now teach them for X amount of time over a topic that we've selected.
I got my next question for you. It just came to my mind because this man has great knowledge. He's been on the show again. He's called up the show 4 or 5 times, but being that you're here live in the studio, it's a great question. Is there a possible way that in the future, with the help of Mr. State Board and possibly with Mr. White from the DMV, he seems like he's definitely someone that you'd be great to talk to. Just a national.
To him a few minutes ago.
You were talking to him.
Yeah.
Let him know that I brought him up on the show. Let him know. Be like, hey, I brought you up. Because I feel like he's a great. I also talked to him about the BBA. I feel like Mr. White he's that guy. He's already made moves and helped out the DMV. You know, he shared with us that story about how they were gonna go into these shops and start finding these unlicensed barbers, and how we stood up for them. It was like, no, give us the list and we'll help them get licenses. I was like, man, you're going to make me cry, man. You better stop that, Mr. White. Don't make me cry on the show. I have a beard. Don't make me cry on this is my show.
Take the glasses off.
Yeah. So the question is, with the help, BBA, Mr. White, and probably others, is there a possibility that someday you get a United States barber's license where you're licensed to cut in every state? Jordan fades back. Swoosh.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think so.
Damn.
Just to be completely honest, only because that would require all 50 states, including, the District of Columbia, to agree on the number of hours, which we've already talked about.
I got a decade of fades. I got a whole more decade of fades.
I have a question on that.
Yes.
Why is it that New York, being as heavily populated as it is, has like the least amount of hours in every state?
See, and that is more of a. I have my own belief as to why. Factually, I don't know. Just to be honest, but all as far as right now, barbering and cosmetology, no matter which state that you are in, is all state regulated. So at some point, a long time ago, your barber and cosmetology boards of New York said, hey, if you want to be a cosmetologist, you're going to have to go to school. If you want to be a barber, then you're going to, you can skip school and do the apprenticeship thing. Other states, they say, no, there is no getting around it. You have to go for X amount of hours. Tennessee, for example, gives students the option. You can go to school for half the time and then do the apprenticeship for the remainder. You still have to take a theory and a practical, but, you can eliminate school. And then the other option is to go through school the entire time. So as far as why a state chooses a certain number of hours, I'll never know, because all 50 states are different. But it would be great if there was just one, amount of hours. But it's just like any other profession. Like even if you wanted to become a policeman, different states would require more or less hours. Just based on what that state would require.
Is there a possibility that we could, I guess maybe, because I'm the type of person, you tell me no, I want to know why. The reason why I want to know why, because I want to know why it can't be done so we can get it done. Same thing with the BBA. Corporate America told me, you can't do this.
Right.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, I was told that about my book. That no, there's no way you can create something that works across the nation, to help everyone. I'm like, okay, tell me again no.
Yeah,
tell me why I can't, and then I'm gonna prove you wrong. For that reason. Now I have to prove you wrong. What I believe, as far as why, and it kind of makes sense, the theory that I have. Let's go coast to coast. So you have New York, who says you need X amount of hours, and here's my reasons why our students have to have X amount of hours. And then you take a state, California, who says, well, we believe our students must have this amount of hours. And then, to make a universal license, everyone would have to agree, well, hey, I need for you to teach your students how to do manicures. And then the state may say, well, okay, well, if we're going to take on manicures, you guys need to know how to do finger waves. And then, we throw a third state in, and a fourth and a fifth, and then everyone throws in their 2 cents to where it's like, you know what? I don't even want to argue with you guys about it. We're pulling our state out. That sort of thing. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the reason. But it should be, to me.
Let's create it.
Let's. I'm all for everything, man. anything positive that'll move this industry forward, like I'm all for it. You know, just building a team and creating the right people. You know, because some people will look at it and use their powers for evil, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
You know, which I mean, all professions have that. But yeah, I'm for it.
Okay, there are barbers who have been cutting hair for years, I mean 15, 20 years, and they feel as though they're doing fine without a license.
Yeah,
what is the importance of having a license, in your opinion?
Well, you're not real. I mean, when it's all said and done, you're not. And you're hurting the industry. And I've seen people who have cut for, like you said, decades, 20 years or so, 25 years or so. And I'm not saying that you're not a good hair cutter, right? I mean, because, I mean, we can be honest here. There are some people who are in the kitchens right now who can whip some hair up. I mean, it is. Yeah. But you're not real. I mean, why would you halfway want to do something? You know, like, and then for pride's sake, when the state board comes in, or when people come in to inspect your shop, you have to hide. Like, how cool is that when this is my shop and, you know, I've got customers lined outside the door? Oh shoot, what'd you say, state board coming? All right, well, I'll be back, and you know, like, yeah, I'm not running from anything, man. You know, right. I mean, especially when the only thing holding you back is school, or the only thing holding you back is an apprenticeship. Like, why would you? Man, I'm not running out of my own place. This is my place.
I mean, speaking in New York, and I can only speak for New York because I really don't know how the other states go. Certain barbers, I know certain barbers don't have license because of child support. And it's hard to really decipher who's okay with not paying child support, what type of person they are. You know, they're a bad person, or they're just missing out on their responsibilities or not. It's up and down, and I feel like you just want to be safe. You want to have your license. You're driving, no license, you get a ticket. Driving, suspensions, and all that. I do know there's a barber, close friend of mine, he's before even IG, went down to North Carolina, the lady hooked him up, he had no license, and she gave him a spot. And when you walked into the barber shop, he was like the number 7 barber to go to. In other words, you know, you busy? Yo, you busy? You're busy. They go to the shop. He was like the number 7 barber. Number 7 barber was making money. You can still be the number 7 barber in a barber shop and make money because you might have more responsibility. You might be more responsible than the number 1 or the number 2 barber. So there's many different ways you can make money. But when he went to North Carolina, I was on the phone. He was like, yo, Eli, I'm over here like running circles around these guys. I'm the go-to barber in here. Like, you know, and the lady's cool. You know, she knows I ain't got a license. She came up to him one day, and I guess she was getting a little, probably a little jealous because the amount of traffic he was getting. And she said, oh, I'd like for you to cut your hair off. Cut the locks off, because he had locks in his hair.
Like cut his own hair
like, what?
off.
Yeah, like switch it up, with switching the image of this. And he left.
Right.
Went up the block to another establishment. She called the state board on him.
Oh, man.
Well, that makes sense.
The state board, not only did he stop cutting hair, the state board shut down that establishment because when they called the state board, they found out there was no license, no this, no this, no this. So, point to my discussion is it's only going to last for so long. And then when it hits the fan, not only is it going to hit the fan, it's going to spread out with the fan because then, you know, when that hits the fan and the fan is on, you know, there's a possibility that it's going to spread wherever the fan is blowing. And for that, when he told me that, he was like, yo, man, I feel bad. Yo, they shut down the establishment.
So what did he do?
He wanted to stop cutting hair anyway. And, you know, a lot of people that I know that have been in the barbershop, maybe one who, ScissorSalute was actually one of my mentors. He does real estate. And I'm pretty sure he probably has a couple clients that he still cuts. A lot of people I know, they get other jobs and they still cut hair on the side. It's really hard to be like, oh, man, I just got done with a full day of my job, and you're getting that phone call, hey man, could I cut hair? And now that person knows that you have a regular job, so now you could up the price.
Right.
I know the guy that I'm talking about, referring to, my mentor, when he first started flipping real estate, he was getting phone calls, and he told me he couldn't turn it down Because if someone's offering you $50 in this, and you're like, now you're thinking, okay, the money that I make, that cash, I could keep that check I could keep there. If I cut 4 or 5 heads a day and I'm charging $50, you know, if they're coming to the house, they can get 50 each. There goes gas money for me, gas money for wifey. You know, enough of that in groceries. It's hard to turn down this type of money, and that's why sometimes people are like, oh, hustle, and they get hard up with that word. If that's what you're going to compare it to, and that's what's giving you, you know, a good sense of mind, and you're not doing anything negative no more, so be it. You know, who are we to be like, don't consider it a hustle, it's a profession. I mean, just like you said, half the people are saying it's professional, and they half-stepping. They're not even fully licensed or whatever. So to me, my opinion is, however you're going to say what it is, I don't mind. If that's what you're doing and that's how you're making money, go ahead. But like, the point to what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people, they get out of it, whatever reason there is, and no matter what. I know one guy works and he still has his tools in his trunk. I knew a barber started at the same time as me, and the man is nice. He's not Jeremy. His name is Jeremy. I mean, I seen him one time. I was like, man, who taped the back of your neck? Man, that's faded. He's like, I did. I was like, what? You did that?
Right.
Yo, he was nice, man. He was like, you had to book weeks in advance to get into his chair. No IG. He was just that nice. He's a firefighter from New York City. What does he do? He brings his tools. He's cutting the firefighters on the downtime.
He's still a barber at heart.
Smart move.
On the downtime. Are you kidding me? So now you're getting paid, and now you can cut the whole firehouse and not even hit them. You can pay like $20, $30 a head, and now what? Okay, I'll cut 2 or 3 heads before the fire chief get upset, whatever. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna give him his flat top for free, and then that's it. So it's good, and it's also good. Again, we have. Oh, I didn't know he came back to us. So this is the ScissorSalute Show, a show designed for barbers, hairstylists, makeup artists. The show is live, and as you see right there, it's live. I didn't know that we were back on there. You just see Nadine Donovan showcasing. I believe she brought a couple models, and she's probably getting models off the street. She is known to just, when she comes here, to do hair. She is known. If there was another female in here, that's it. She'd be on No Other Choice, getting done, and we're gonna have her. She's gonna be showcasing a little bit more. We hope to have her mic'd up so she can, you know, talk with us. We have Mr. State Board here in the studio. He's called in plenty of times. He's the man, has the information for those of you that have license questions. So, again, if you have any questions, I'm going to go to that. But before we go into those questions, or while that happens, can you get into the book that you wrote? You know, what does the book have in it, and how to get the book in your hands? In our hands.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I have a few of those that I want to give to you guys to give out to people and all that. So. Well, I'll give you one to keep for you.
Okay.
And then, you know, for some of your listeners, if you want them
Is
call
someone's
in,
phone?
they're in.
Yeah, right there. Is that it? iPad might be giving some feedback.
Okay.
Go
Oh, okay.
ahead. Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say, yeah, I'll give. You know, I'm gonna give you guys some. You know, and do whatever with. You know, people call in. What it is I created a book, and I'll go grab it in a moment. It's a 60-page book, and what it does is basically it just wraps your state board up into I call it the fastest, most efficient way possible of getting your license. It's everything except for giving you the answers. It's not like other books to where they just throw at you 1,000 test questions and answers and expect you to memorize them. You know, I just call that memory regurgitation. You know, but it's not helpful. What my book is designed to do is when a question comes up, you don't just regurgitate what you've learned. What you do is you understand why the question is set up that way, and if they were to ever mix the question up, you would know the reason why, you know, just whatever the questions are. And I go over everything, laws, color, chemical texture services, haircuts, different angles. I go over parts of shears, clippers, your razor, sanitation procedures. I know a lot of people get kind of mixed up when it comes to learning about pathogenic bacteria and things of that nature. I throw in a few nice mnemonics in there that just make it very, very simple for you to memorize and just understand. I know most textbooks are around 700-800 pages a piece, and I know that's too long. Like we were talking earlier, people not going or not wanting to do the whole education route. That's one reason. That book is intimidating. It's an 800-page book. You're not reading Moby Dick. Like why are we? What am I doing this for?
Is there pictures in there? Because sometimes all I'm gonna do is just look at the pictures.
Yeah, but I mean the weird thing is that like when it comes to your test, and this is another reason why people sometimes quit, is because you get this 800-page book, but then you're only going to be asked 100 questions. Right. So like I'm expected to memorize this book, but you are going to pick one question out of every 10 pages.
What kind of game is that,
what is that?
I'm talking like Judge Mathis right now. Why they do that for? I mean, it's great that you have the book there and you break it down for those who need to be broken down to a simpler format. But give us the information on how to acquire the book and, the pricing of the book.
Okay. The first way that you guys can get it is by going to follow these guys here because they're going to have some copies, and however he wants to give those away, by all means, that's up to him. So, follow them. Give me all your information. How do they?
Well, you can follow the ScissorSalute Show at the ScissorSalute Show. Mm-hmm. Follow us. Tag us on your pictures and, just DM us. You could also DM us. The owner of ScissorSalute, the owners of the ScissorSalute are constantly checking the social media. And one of the things here with the ScissorSalute Show, everyone here on this panel will agree, and Nadine, who's here in the studio, will agree. We are willing to network with whether you have 300 followers or 300 followers. We've had people on the show that were 17 years old, and we've had, I believe, 72 or 82. Anyway, the man was old, and the other guy was really young. And we've had people on the show that didn't even have social media. So with that being said, is you follow us, the ScissorSalute Show, DM us, tag Mr. State Board. That's your IG handle?
Yeah. That's it, Mr. State Board.
And I believe that this is the information that you're going to need. What I mean by that is you might be wanting to make moves. Stuff happens in life. You might have to get up and go and relocate. So that's part of the information. Another part with the ScissorSalute Show, you have Yvette, who's going to be last day of school on Friday.
Yep.
There goes the inspiration. Okay. There goes the inspiration. Now you have the ScissorSalute Show here. We have the BBA, Mr. State Board, and the ScissorSalute Show. There goes the education. And also, let's go to Nadine, who has education going on right now. You mic'd up, Nadine?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nadine, let's just do this outro with Mr. State Board.
Hi guys, how are you?
Let's just do this outro, Mr. State Board, and then we're going to go back to Nadine. Mr. State Board, I'm pretty sure you're going to stay in the studio. You're going to be mic'd up.
I'm going to stay here for a little bit.
Well, it's okay. So before we move on to the next segment, please let everybody know how they can get in contact with you and all your social media information that you'd like to share with us. Please do so now. The stage is yours.
Cool. MrStateBoard.com. MrStateboard. Also, MrStateBoard@yahoo.com. Mr. State Board is Instagram. Mr. State Board is my Facebook. Mr. State Board is my Twitter. And yeah, that's me. Also, you can get a copy of the book there. I'm gonna bring one here so you guys can look at it. When I say 62 pages, I did mention that it is only yay big. It's. I'll show you in a second. But yeah, that's how you get me. Also, shoot me a phone call. I don't mind if people have the number 615-428-4684. Yeah, I'll put it out there. They won't call. That's what happens. So a lot of people are afraid to give out the phone number, thinking that you're going to get this crazy amount of phone calls. If someone found it on the ground, they might call and prank it. But when you tell people, I will gladly help you if you call me, they will not call you. Yeah. So yeah, that's my phone number, and I will gladly help you if you call it.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Staple. Now, without further ado, with locations in Huntington, New York, and Melbourne, Australia, we give you Nadine Donovan. Go ahead, Nadine.
That was a pretty serious
I'm
introduction.
working on that right there. Figured I was watching boxing over the weekend. That's what inspired me. But go ahead, Nadine.
I appreciate it. That was
I want to put a smile on everyone's face. They're too serious.
Not anymore. Guys, how are you all? Scissor salute to everybody. Thanks for tuning in to watch. I'd like to share with you a couple of styles. I'm fresh back from New York Fashion Week. Very happy to have had that opportunity working with Grace Marie Cosmetics and doing a lot of hair. I'd just like to share a few tricks with you. Sometimes with our work we need to be efficient and speedy and quick, and sometimes, in this case, last week when we were at New York Fashion Week, we had to be very fast and try and be a little bit more inventive and quick off the mark. So I'm going to ask Purdy to come up here. I've just done her hair in these cute little space buns. This is my daughter Purdy, and yep, you can stay, there you go step forward so you can see yourself. There we go, you can see her cute little space buns there. The texture that you see on the top, and she might do a little spin. Oh, that's good, Purdy. Good girl. Look, you've done this before, Purdy. So Purdy has cute little space buns. And it's just a series of knots. It's been parted straight down the middle to the back in the centre, and I've done a series of knots on both sides to create a space bun type effect, and she's looking quite anime actually. Would you think, Purdy? I love that. A little bit like that. I love her whole entire look. She pulls off this kind of thing. Everything I do on Purdy ends up looking cute. And I finished it off to put some glitter, some fun, sexy hair that I received in the Behind the Chair Awards gift goodie bag. I was lucky enough to be nominated 3 times last year in the Behind the Chair Awards, and thank you. Thank you, along with a lot of amazing stylists as well. So this was just one of the gifts that were in the goodie bag. It's called Mermaid Glow Getter, and it's by Fun Sexy Hair, and it's really cute. It's hard to get a close up on Purdy's glitter at the roots there. I'm not sure if we can do that, but you can see on her regrowth, it's just a fun way to cover up some roots that are growing out. Turn around the back now, honey. Isn't she cute? There you go. A little bit of sparkle, a little bit of mermaid. Isn't it fun to be a girl and you can do all these fun things? Now, even though this is really good fun, thanks, Purdy. Say bye, Purdy. Even though that's a fun hairstyle, this type of technique can be incorporated into any bridal or prom look. This is a good time of year to be practicing those kinds of styles. So, and this is where it comes into being quick and efficient, because your clients are also paying for you to be quick. They're not paying for you to go slow. So don't be worried if you finish quickly. Now I'm going to start with Julie's hair. As you can see, it's all one length. It's thick. It's got a natural wave to it. In fact, it might even been in a braid earlier today. Yeah. So that's probably why it's got a couple of little kicks to it. Is that right? Yeah. Isn't her colour beautiful? That is Guy Tang's Rose Gold Metallic, is it? You topped it up with that. Previously, though, I had done a hairstyle on Julia last week. I was practicing this one. This came to mind. And it's a crown braid, but using a series of knots. And what I'm trying to avoid is the lines that are usually associated with braids. You know, when we're bringing the hair and we're gaining hair and gathering it, there's usually the lines. And I want a really nice smooth effect through the crown, and I want it seamless so that you can't see where the hair's coming from. I am going to call this a braid because I'm going to collect the hair as I go along, and I'm going to follow Julia's hairline to create a full crown knotted braid right around the outside. And look at the shine that's on her hair. Originally I used the California Glam Rose Gold Metallic, and then Julia, I wasn't available to top it up for her, so she has gone and used the Guy Tang 7 Rose Gold. Is that right? Yeah. Use 7 Rose Gold and 10 volume. And that's a really pretty colour, but look at how much hair there is. So I think there will be times where you get an opportunity to set the hair and have that time to set it and make nice waves and curls. But for tonight, I'm not going to spend that time, because last time I was on with Julia, I spent a lot of time setting and talking about the correct way of getting some nice movement. But now I want something a little bit sleeker with some texture. So I'm going to do a combination of texture right around the hairline and some smooth look through the top, And I'd love to get a little bit of puffiness through the crown through here, because I just love that type of fullness. All right, let's see how we go. All right. Now I'm going to begin with the side part on Julia. And I'm going to try and do this quite slowly so that you can see exactly how I create the first knot. And it's going to be a repetitive action throughout. Actually, before I start here, I'm going to put a little bit of smudge. This is by White Sands. It's one of my favourite controlling serums. I've been using it in all of my Brides and Braids bootcamp classes, and it smells so good. Yeah, see, we're suckers, aren't we, for the smell of something? But even more than that, it doesn't make the hair oily and it doesn't make the hair tangly. So a lot of those products that are available will actually hinder the end result, and it will make you fearful of continuing with products. So the smudge is definitely something you can continue to work with, and there's no real chance, unless you use way too much, that you won't overdo it. It's just going to let me have a little bit more control, and it will help smooth down the flyaways without changing her colour or make it look greasy. So I'm taking quite a big section. Julia, you can pop your head down so we can see the sectioning just here. So it's quite a big piece. And it comes right back to the centre of her head. So come up for me, honey. So right in the centre of her head, that first section comes to. Now wrap the hair around the palm of my hand and pull the knot through, but not all the way. I'll leave the tail hanging out because I'll leave that for the next section. I'm going to move this slightly onto her forehead because I'd like to hide the hairline. And I've got one pin going across, and then the next pin I'm going to crisscross that as well for security. Now this doesn't look like much yet, but as I begin to deconstruct it, it will start to have and I can finish off later on as well. So now I'm just going to move along, and I'm not going to get any lines showing through the hair. I'll take the next section just beside it, and I'm going to put the next knot straight over the top of the tails of this one. And I'm just going to ignore that that's even there, and then just place the pins directly on top. I'm using a magnetic bracelet by Nicholas French. I think Ruby Devine gave it to me when I went to do her class. I held a class in Virginia. She hosted for me, and that was a nice big class then. I'll turn her back around this way. So they're going to look like a series of little rosettes, and then your job at the end of this hairstyle is to hide all the pins, which is a lot of fun because while you're trying to hide the pins, some pretty shapes start to come about. This is a fun one to do on clients that don't mind the volume around the face as well. So as you can see, I don't have any lines showing or any scalp showing at all. It's nice to have this all close up like that. The next section, I'll either pick up the tails with the next piece, or I'll just do the next knot again and put it straight over the top. So you have to ignore these. So those hairdressers that are such perfectionists, you have to turn a blind eye to that tail right there, because just pretend it's not even there. So it's a knot, but it's not, it's a knot with a K, but it's not pulled all the way through. Because Julia's hair is so long, I wouldn't pull it all the way through, because then I'd have all that excess length, and then you don't know what to do with it all. You can see how that creates a nice soft texture right around the front there. You could even leave it like this if you wanted to and have the hair half down, and that would be a really nice hairstyle all by itself. But I'm just going to continue with this all the way around the hairline, just to show that the style is continuous all the way around. It's going to end up meeting back on this side right here. So I'm splitting the hair, but I'm not actually opening it on the scalp. So I'm going to split the hair for the next section. And wrap the hair around and pull it halfway through.
Nadine, in the
Yes.
chat, you have Joni Stringfellow.
Oh, that's Tangles.
She said, great job, Nadine. You have Casey Bennett saying that she loves the model's hair. And ScissorSalute to Ewing Davis, who's said he's watching the show in the DMV area.
That's nice.
And in his shop. And Nadine, for the people who are watching right now, can you just let them know about the classes that you offer to?
Sure. At the moment, right up until May, I've got some private classes booked currently, and then which is really great, because if you don't want to do it in a group situation and you would like it, you get more out of a one-on-one, of course. That's usually how it goes with education. But I do groups as well, so if you can get a group of people together, then I can do that as well. You can follow me on Instagram at personalised hair design with an S and not a Z. And you can contact me direct message through that if you like. What you will learn is as fast as you can go or as much as you can take. I'll beat you into no. We have a really good time in the class. It's fantastic. So I tailor the class to suit your own needs. If you need more help with styling, even just for your Instagram photos, we can work on the curling, on the setting, on these, on anything really. Bridal hair is becoming really competitive. So right now, your brides are actually going to know, you've got to be good or you've got to get out. So it's really nice to take a class and get that confidence to know that you fit, that you belong in that area of the profession. So all these tutorials that are on Instagram are really, really great. We're so lucky to have access to such great platforms such as Instagram and Facebook, where you learn all these tutorials. But it's one thing to see it, but it's another thing to actually do it. And I'll take you through step by step and give you the confidence that you need to complete and execute these fantastic styles, so you can walk away feeling really, really happy and confident and satisfied. And that way you can make your mark in the hairdressing industry, in the bridal industry or special occasion. Yes. So what else is coming up? In June, I've got the 2nd of June, we've got the Premiere Orlando. I'm going to be there with Antidot Pro, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Antidot is a product that has antihistamine properties to prevent redness and itching when you're doing any on-the-scalp chemical services, whether it be colouring or relaxing, perming.
Or for the barbers shaving.
That's true.
There's a lot of the barbers. I know the barbers at where I work, we love the product because we get a lot of people with sensitive face, especially in the winter. Their face is a lot more sensitive to irritation. And I like to mix it up with the shave gel. Others just like to put it in, put it on their client and use it just as shave gel itself. I want it to last a little bit, so I try mixing it.
I should have brought you some more, Eli.
But for the barbers that are watching, you can, if you have clients that have irritated faces and you want to somewhat get rid of that irritation, the Antidot is good for shaving as well.
I'm loving the Antidot. It means that I can, peacefully have my clients colour on for the whole duration that it's meant to be on for. I'm not having clients in the chair anymore asking for a comb to itch and scratch, and they're not red or feeling burnt anymore. I mean, there was a time where colouring your hair, if you regularly went to a salon colouring your hair, you just knew, you just had to sort of put up with it. You knew what you were in for. You knew you just had to put up with it. And now that doesn't have to happen anymore. So it's been a great thing for hairdressers and barbers, as Eli was saying. I remember at the Orlando show, Keon shaved my husband's face with just the Antidot as the shaving cream, and he's super sensitive. Let's turn you around. You see this look on Julia at the moment? And there we go. Zoom out. So you can see it's taking on a crown braid look with little roses all the way, following the hairline all the way around. It's quite vintage looking, because back in the day there, all the detail was up high and down low on the neck there, and quite flat. I don't really want this flat, but in the crown area that was kind of understated. But see how that just follows the natural shape of her head, and then you get all that beautiful texture, which means you can dress it up with flowers. A veil can attach at the back here and just puff out, which looks really lovely as well. And then again, so going back to the schedule in June, then after that we have an amazing, amazing class in Texas, El Paso, Texas, the Goonies, which I'm now an honorary, I'm an official Goonie. I'm an official Goonie now, that's right. That was pretty cool to get that FaceTime call and have all the Goonies sitting around at their annual boardroom meeting, and they asked me to be a Goonie, and that's the 22nd to the 27th of June. That's going to be amazing. And then I think 2 days after that, from Texas, I'm going to be flying out back to Australia and see what's going on there in my salon and see the family. So if you want to get in touch with me to do a private one-on-one class for updos, colour, anything really, I mean, we can just talk and see what suits you. If you have a look on my Instagram and you like some of the work that I've been doing, I'm more than happy to share my experiences and knowledge with you. And you can come to me in Huntington at my salon. I work at the Solar Salons in Huntington. That's at 295 West Jericho. My suite's number 28. And if you do come to my salon, I can guarantee that it's going to be a private one-on-one. There won't be any distractions. We can get through. We do a 6 hour, it's 100% hands-on. And it's 6 full hours of hands-on workshop. Yeah, and if you behave, then you do well, then we feed you. Yeah, I generally try and include lunch there, but it usually is quite hectic. So we do hairdresser's lunch, which means you just stand there and eat at the same time. We all know what that's like. So I'm getting close to the other side of the hairstyle now. And I just love this colour, Julia. Me too. You suits you so much. It does. So these little tails that are sticking out at the neck, which you may or may not be able to see, it's not a problem. They can be dealt with a little bit later on. But the main thing is that I'm just following the hairline, following around the hairline, and I'll slow down this action with the knot just in case I have been going too fast. And wrap that around your hand. Excuse my band-aid, I cut my finger today doing a haircut. I don't do that very often, but you saw that happen, Purdy. So the pinning, there's often, that's the other thing with the workshop. You can see what I'm doing here now, but there's nothing like doing a workshop to get the close-up of how the pinning should be for maximum security, because how many times have we put pins in and went, oh, I'm not sure if that works, let's just put another one in. And before you know it, you've weighed the hairstyle down too much and you've flattened a lot of the work that you really wanted to be seen because you've been using too many bobby pins. So we'll be pinning with a purpose and making sure that you get the hairstyle secured for the whole day, because let's face it, we all get some manic brides coming into the salon, or when we're out on site and we're doing bridal hair at the hotel. Sometimes there's no mirror, sometimes we've got everything working against us, like a really small space. Like at Fashion Week, that was a small space, but you get through. Everybody pulls their weight and gets along and work as a team, and it's a lot of fun that way. And I've always been a fan of working as a team. That's another reason why I'm looking forward to the Goonies too, is because they are all about teamwork and showing the work as a team, even though they're all individual and unique in the way that they do their work. It's going to be something that I would be going to and paying for if I wasn't educating on it. So I'm hoping to get a lot out of it myself. There's some amazing artists. Last time I went to Kansas City with the Goonies, and I think I was styling a lot of the hairdresser's hair there. That was a lot of fun. Now I've skipped this side section here because I want them to connect, and I'm going on with the other part of the hairline, turning that corner, not pulling it all the way through. And when the hair's really clean and slippery, it makes it hard to get the pins to stay put. So you want to ask your clients to, you know, if you get the opportunity, make sure that they're shampooing their hair the day before and not the day of, because it makes it very, very soft and really hard to work with. And it doesn't matter how good you are, sometimes the hair's just not going to cooperate with you. And that means you're going to have to change your type, the type of products that you're using, and you don't want to waste time. So make sure you get that down and clear, and the communication is very, very clear. Clean hair in this type of work is the enemy. When did you shampoo your hair last?
2 days ago.
Yeah, and it's still really soft and healthy. I'm sorry for that. I keep turning the bobby pin around on my chest. Have you got leave-in conditioner in it?
Spray conditioner, which I just found out, like dry conditioner.
Oh, yeah, that's a new thing. Dry leave-in conditioner. Dry shampoo, dry conditioner. Yeah, Julia really suits these kinds of hairstyles. She makes me want to do medieval styles on her. And Purdy just makes me want to do little pom-poms on her all the time. I'm using a combination of products. You know my trusty White Sands, of course, it's a working spray. This is the Infinity by White Sands. This is the Smudge, my little working cream that I absolutely love. But I find it really hard to find a setting hairspray that doesn't make the hair like a helmet, but makes it stay put. And this one here is the California Glam 7-in-1. It's called the Epic Hold Hairspray, and I love it. It says to use it between 8 to 10 centimeters away from the hair, and there's a reason for that. If you use it too close, you're going to get the hair is going to end up looking wet, and you're going to end up with lots of dry white spots with any lacquer stronghold. So it's really important to get to know your products before you just use them on that day. Make sure you know exactly how far away you need to hold the spray, because generally holding it up above the head, you get an idea of where it needs to land for extreme stay. Now, I won't continue with that extreme hold with Julia because she does want to be able to get it out tonight. I'm sure she has to work tomorrow. But if she's like Casey, my model Casey, you see on my Instagram all the time, she's an intensive critical care nurse, and she wears her hair like this for nearly the whole week.
But when you take them down, don't they end up becoming like curls?
Yeah, they will, exactly. When Julia does let this down, they will end up like curls, but I know she won't want it too stiff looking. So this will be the last one, and then all I need to do is tuck in any ends that I'm not happy with. So the actual technique is complete, and then it's just a matter of personalising it and finalising all the little pieces that need to be tucked away. And Joni Stringfellow that just commented in the chat room, she's from California and came to my class. She was part of my koala crew when we went to Los Angeles. That was really, really cool. Had a great time there. A lot of West Coast stylists that we've had a great rapport with and relationship over the time. Isn't it amazing with the social media how everything is, the universe is so small that we can support and connect and talk and all of that. And get married. Yeah, good on you. My husband's prompting me there, and get married. Yes, that's right, Danny. And have a kid. Yes, you're right, Purdy. Hey, family first. Family first.
Yes.
Yes. That's right. You probably shouldn't finish with that. Doesn't she suit this type of hairstyle? This little face? You could imagine. So this kind of thing makes me really happy, because when you know that you can turn your hand at all different types of styling, whether it be vintage or bridal or comic style. It'd be fun to know that you could be hired to do any type of, like, imagine if a series from the 1950s caught your work on Instagram and all of a sudden, boom, there you go, you got hired because you're magnificent at the finger waves, or you've done something that resembles, the 1920s or something like that, and you use those hashtags or whatever it might be. You might want to, attract a certain type of audience or get a certain particular type of work. You should really, don't wait for it to come to you. You should definitely research those kinds of looks. Watch those old school movies and get a real idea of what was going on back then. Check out Brigitte Bardot and how her hair just happened to magically fall in that beautiful bird's nest. I can tell you now they weren't shampooing their hair every day. That's been the problem in this day and age, is everybody's overwashing their hair and their colours aren't lasting, and they're complaining to us that the colours aren't lasting. So it's a big deal. We could go on and on about that. That would be a whole other segment. Yeah. Now I have these little, they're probably going to get lost in Julia's hair, but I have these tiny little spiral diamantes, and I'm not sure where they came from, but they're really nice. They've got a little catch on the end, and you just twirl them in. It's not new, it's been around for a long time, but they're really cute to put in the hair to add a little accent to it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on that, but yeah, it's lost in your hair. Have I turned you the wrong way? There it is. You see there? Just a couple of little dots of something like that. If you keep those in your toolbox, you'll certainly be able to consult with your clients that little bit further and offer a little bit more of a personalised service if you have some of these kinds of things up your sleeve. I was watching an Instagram story today on Crystal Chaos, and she was out shopping for props. She was out with her little trolley and she was picking up flowers that some of them were looking extremely real, and she uses it to set up her photographs, either for the background or for the hair or whatever the case may be. But, putting a lot of thought and effort into that, going that one step further for your clients, it's going to go a long way with them, to make your clients feel really, really special, like they're the only person that you've seen that day, you're the only person that you've got your 100% attention, there's no distractions. And it's just something really special between you and your client that you should definitely give them that service. So even though I'm spiraling these in, I'm just going to say one thing to Julia. Good luck getting them out. Okay. I guess the same way as they went in, they'll come out too, so it shouldn't be too hard, really.
Well, what her hair color and the way her makeup is, she looked like she's ready to be in, like, Game of Thrones. She's like Game of Thrones.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Thinking like medieval times. Like she's being my knight in armor, my hero. My hero's here.
Jakaris.
I like the way it's just simple, effective, very effective. You explain it very, very well. Another thing that I noticed that you did, which you do quite often here on the show, there's really no wet in the hair when you're doing these updos. So it seems like as long as you have some bobby pins and some creativity, there's no cap on what can be done with an updo.
Thank you for noticing that, Eli, because I really did come in here tonight really wanting to show, just coming in with a can of hairspray and some bobby pins and my comb, just to show that you can get down and do something really cool without having to bring the whole kit and caboodle with you. And you really should be able to make changes, because sometimes in our industry we have to make a sharp left-hand turn just because of circumstances, whether it's because some of your equipment you may have broken, someone may have taken the car that had all of your products in there, and sometimes you just got to do what you can do. There was one time I did a whole big bridal party with 6 girls, and I had no hairspray and no bobby pins. And I went to the supermarket and bought the worst bobby pins, the most flimsy hairspray, plus a really strong lacquer. I don't know how they weren't getting that out, but it worked. So you can't blame your tools, and I don't like it when someone says, I can't live without, because I'm sure that if there was a couple of sets of clippers here, Eli, you could knock out a really great haircut regardless because of your skills. Right?
All right, well. All right, well, is Nadine going to come back here?
I don't know.
All right, well, Nadine, thank you so much for coming on to the show, again, showcasing. And
My pleasure.
We thank you a million times. But before we let you go, if there's any information that you'd like to share with us, please do so now. The stage is yours.
Okay. Well, certainly my Instagram has been a great platform for me. So at personalised hair design, spelt with an S where usually the Z would be. And I'm at 295 West Jericho Turnpike. I'm one of the salon owners there. Best decision of my life coming here was to get a solar suite. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. And you can also contact me via message or phone call. You can call me on 631-988-7758. I think that's right. Yeah, I was going to give him your number, but yeah. Anyhow, I love this job. You know it. You know that. I know you guys do too. Thanks, Eli. Am I coming out the back there now?
You can talk to Seth. About to switch it over to talk to Seth. See, we'd love to have you over here, but for the time being, right now, we do have Dontay.
Yeah.
Financial. He's going to be going over the BBA.
Yes. The Barber Beauty Association, man. All I can really say, like these last, like I said earlier, it's just been amazing. It's just. Like the BBA definitely has taken a big step from just these last couple days at IBS. It's only going to get bigger and it's only going to get better. Every time I speak about it now, I get goosebumps because I know what's going to happen. I know what's in place. But I know everybody, I can't tell everybody what's in place yet because certain things have to, not really have to happen, it's all about timing. Mm-hmm. And when I say this with all the confidence in the world that this is going to be the best organization that any industry or profession has ever seen because we're going to do business done the right way. It's not about cutting this person's throat or cutting the next person's throat. It's all about everybody eating, bringing food home so your whole family could eat. Same people, the same people at the shop, not only in your house but at the shop. It's all about growing. It's all about knowing the wealth of the beauty industry that a lot of people don't know about. That's what the BBA is about. It's about showing that do you really know what your worth is as a barber? Some people don't like, yeah, I get $25 a haircut. Is that really like your personal worth? Excuse me. What we're going to design and do is not only design you to be financial educated, but business educated too.
Well, yeah, to me, you're saying, I just want to touch up on that.
Yeah, excuse me.
We talk about here on the show, a lot of times people want to open up barbershops as opposed to opening up a place of business. So the thing is not just opening up a barbershop and not being a barber, but more leaning towards being a business and branding yourself and having information for them.
Yes, because you're already a therapist to your clients. You're already the air that they need when they come there. Because a lot of guys might have a stressful day, like we mentioned before. Baby moms might got you stressed out. Baby, I don't know, ex-boyfriend, boyfriend, I don't know, whatever your situation is. Yeah, to just have you coming in, and first person you see is your barber. Mm-hmm. Depending on what shop you at, you might get a shot at Henny because you had a long day. Like, hey man, take this or whatever. So you're talking to your barber, and he just giving you advice and like, you're right. But that's as a barber, you spoke about everything but finance. You could talk about how to the closest finance that I've seen barbers speak about. No disrespect, but most barbers know how to do stuff illegally rather than legally. Mm-hmm. You might say,
you tend to come across that more than.
Yeah, if it's anything about a quick hustle or quick flip, y'all will understand. You will understand, and most barbers will understand that more.
It's just the nature, the nature. It's part of the culture when you're going into certain shops, and now when you mean by that is just not hustling illegal stuff. It's also, you know, a lot of barbers, they also use the networking that goes inside the barbershop as well.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have clients that sell cars.
Yeah.
Now, if I make that connect happen and that person goes and purchases a car and uses my name, I get a little kickback to it. So, of course, there's many different ways of going out about it, but that's not the financial thing that you're talking about. You're not talking about short-term money. The BBA is more talking about long-term money, almost like a coach. Almost like a coach, because barbers have a lot of information and they have a lot of tools. The BBA is going to be here to help you utilize those tools and put them tools towards your future and building a foundation, a security, financial foundation.
You know the biggest thing
Write that down. That sounded pretty good right there.
Bars.
The biggest hashtag bars, but the biggest thing that barbers don't realize that they have and they don't use it, using their influential status.
And hairstylists as well. So
yeah,
we're talking about barbers and hairstylists, makeup artists as well. And when the BBA gets to where it should be, it's going to be just like that, taking care of the beauty profession. So hopefully along the ways we plan on trying to get tattoo artists involved as well, because they
go into beauty.
They part of the beauty. A lot of us in the industry have tattoos. I have a tattoo. I actually got like one. Want to get more, but it does hurt. But there's barbers that have like their whole body's tattooed, and it goes hand in hand. But I feel like one of the things with the BBA, and we constantly hear it, if you're in our profession, what we constantly hear is benefits. A lot of us are relying on significant others to have benefits. But now the significant others, like wifey, is trying to tell me, you know, maybe I should pick up a part-time gig so I could switch the benefits to me, and she could take, you know, get that money, because the states already takes out so much money out of her paycheck. She's an RN. And I mean, when I'm talking about they hit her, I'll be like, oh, come over here. I'm so sorry what they did. I want to take the government to court for what they're doing. But again, here on a serious note, BBA is here in many different aspects. The benefits of being with the BBA, number one, it's not going to be for everybody. That's one of the things we talked about on the past shows. It's not for everybody.
How will it help someone like me when I'm just starting out?
Well, here's the thing. You're just starting out, which means you're coachable. You have understanding. You already went through the process of becoming a barber. And being that you're coachable, that is the good thing. It's about securing your finances. It's not going to be the average discussion that you have with your friends. No offense to your friends or your family, but they might be trying to help you, but at the same time hurt you, because they just don't have the knowledge that the BBA is going to be providing. Dontay came on the show last week, and you announced 3 different companies that we're going to be working with. Now, I'm pretty sure your family members or your friends will be trying to do what's best for you, but the BBA is going to do what's best for the profession and the profession that you're part of. So the research is going to be done with different groups. So if you have any questions about this topic and other topics, like whether it's a future, retirement, some sort of security, maternity leave, the answers will be there with BBA. And also education. I feel like that's one of the big things that the BBA is also going to be provided. Once you're in with the BBA, there's going to be some sort of money that's put to the side with the educators. Now, the educators are going to be provided with you are with the BBA too. So you constantly hear invest in your profession, constantly got to be investing in your craft, stay on top of your craft. The BBA is going to be providing you with educators that are going to do so. And on top of that, the classes is also going to be developing your financial security. There's going to be credit coaching, so you can cut hair in peace and know that at the end of your journey, there's going to be you're going to be secure there.
Yeah, the BBA is a one-stop shop. Pretty much gonna be for anybody that's in the beauty industry, because we know, we just speaking on facts. For most barbers and beauticians and cosmetologists, we know that having your bills spread out gets a little confusing. You know,
Dontay, can you hold that up real quick? We're
Sure.
going to go to the Cut app. We're going to meet back up on the stage, and Dontay is going to continue on the stage.
Yes.
And we're going to do the outro.
All right. Yes.
Man, I hate waiting 2 or 3 hours just to get a haircut. And I know a bunch of people deal with the same thing. How are you? Luckily, I booked my appointment ahead of time using the cut.
Next.
No, it's my first time going to this barber. Normally, I'd be nervous. But with the cut, I was able to look at his past cuts and reviews, so I know he's legit. I don't have to worry about paying or tipping, because it's all done through the app. And when I'm done, I'll leave him a review and let him know that he hooked me up.
So he was.
I'm in and out in under an hour, and I got the rest of the day to make moves.
As a barber, the cut has totally changed the way I do business. It only took me a couple minutes to set up my profile, and now I'm getting new clients every week. The cut, I'm better able to focus on my clients. I used to have to stop so many times to answer calls and texts, but now with the app, clients can book when they want. Now with mobile pay, my clients can pay me directly through the app. Now I don't have to worry about carrying too much cash or change. Hey, how you doing? My name is Mr. Precise from PCX Barbershop, and we all use the cut in here. It's completely changed the game. So go out, download the cut today.
Oh, Dontay, please. Oh, snap. Yeah, Dontay, please continue on what you were saying.
Wow, what was I saying? But either way, let me just get right to it. Barber Beauty Association will change the industry. Not for the bad, but for the good. Because when you look at it right now, it's just a free-for-all. Everybody's doing whatever to try to stay above float. Let's stop being above float. Let's build for tomorrow, because the future is tomorrow. And why we building for tomorrow? Let's build wealth. It's a lot of money involved in the beauty industry. It's a lot of money. These corporate companies are getting millions. But you as a barber, a beautician, or a stylist, or a cosmetologist, or a makeup artist, or a tattoo artist, are you making millions? It's time to smarten up, time to wisen up.
I want some.
And it's out there. What the BBA is going to have you, what the BBA is going to do is going to show you how to build wealth without doing anything that you're not doing already. It's real simple. The biggest secret with this, and the biggest probably problem will be for a lot of y'all, this is why it's not for everyone, because everybody don't have the commitment. Everybody don't have the drive. Everybody don't have the love, the ambition to want to level up, to want to do better for their industry and for their family. So that's why I say this proudly. I don't care if I don't have 1 million people following me for the BBA. I don't need followers. I need people that's going to influence, people that's going to make the industry better, not for today, but for tomorrow.
Write that down.
So if you have not signed the petition, please go to Dontay_financial and sign. If you don't sign, I understand. But you need to sign, because you don't want to be on the outside looking in when you are jacked up looking for some health insurance or some life insurance. I'm going to be like, it's too late. I try to warn you. But on that note, if you're going to be at IBS tomorrow, I look forward to seeing you there. ScissorSalute to everyone.
ScissorSalute, we'd also like to ScissorSalute Mr. State Board, who had to leave. He had to take the train going back to Penn Station. You can see him at the IBS Hair Show as well. We'd also like to ScissorSalute Nadine Donovan and congratulate her on everything that she's going. And I seen sexy hair yesterday in the store. Yeah? I seen it yesterday at I can't pronounce it. Nordstrom? Nordstrom Rack?
Nordstrom, yeah.
Nordstrom out of it's like a Marshalls, a TJ Maxx, but I seen the sexy hair there while I was like, look at the sexy hair product. Like a little kid like this. But we'd like to ScissorSalute personalized hair design. We'd like to also congratulate Yvette and wish her the best of luck her last day of school. Friday. We'd also like to ScissorSalute and thank the models for coming through to getting their hair did right there. And now they look like she needs a bow and arrow though, right there. She needs a bow and arrow. So we got enough people here, and you know at the end of the show we're doing the ScissorSalute sign off. Everybody put their hands right here in the middle. When I say scissor, you say salute and scream it at the top of your lungs. Scissor! Salute! It's always good when we get that done. Well, thank you so much for checking out the show. If you'd like to show some sort of support while you're watching this right now, press the share button below. Share it on your timeline. Please follow us on all social media. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at the ScissorSalute Show, right here, the ScissorSalute Show, right, or ScissorSalute Show. Please continue to use the hashtag, and if you want to showcase with us, advertise with us, book us for your next event, please email us, scissorsalute@yahoo.com. Leave all your contact information, and we'll get back to you in the order that the email's received. For everyone that likes house music, please stay tuned. We have my house show that's coming up on StrongIsland.tv. Fortunately, the show can't be on Facebook because due to the music. But remember that StrongIsland.tv is the quickest growing TV channel on Facebook, and the ScissorSalute Show is one of the pillars. Thank you so much. ScissorSalute. ScissorSalute. Say it. Say it.
ScissorSalute.
I think we y'all meant that.